This is Master Antonia, and today I'm going to share my story and how I became a master of Chinese metaphysics. Where does this passion for Chinese metaphysics come? And a little bit more about myself. So, at the core, I'm Romanian. So, how I like to say, I'm Romanian at heart. I am currently living in Switzerland, in Geneva. So if you're ever visiting, please feel free to reach out. I would love to meet with you, and of course discuss about Chinese metaphysics. However, Europe and Romania is not necessarily a place where Chinese metaphysics are born, or we don't really have a connection directly with Chinese metaphysics. But how I developed this passion is actually something really interesting because it started in my family. My father had zodiac, a Chinese zodiac book in the library. And I remember when I was a child, when I was little, he used to take that book out every time a new Chinese year would start. And we would look up to understand what is the zodiac of the year, what is the element of the year, and try to make sense of what types of energies that year has for us. We also used to map everybody's Chinese zodiac sign in the family. So we knew who was rat, who was ox, who was tiger, who was snake, who was monkey, who was pig or goat or rooster. So we knew that. We used to also have discussions about the energies of the five elements. So water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And I learned early on about the five elements, about all the 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac. Now, one of the stories that influenced my journey towards Chinese metaphysics was something I heard about in school. I was maybe 12 years old. And then one of our classmates, she came to school one day and she told us this story that a couple of friends from her family side, they were having troubles having a child. The lady was having troubles getting pregnant. So what they did, they decided to reach out to a Feng Shui master. So basically, someone that comes with the remedies once they diagnose the problems in your life. And what that happened after talking with this Feng Shui master, after basically going deep down on their problems, they actually changed a little bit the setup in their bedroom. They had to build an altar, as she told us, and lo and behold, within three months, the lady got pregnant. Now, for me, because I already had a little bit of background of the Chinese metaphysics through the Chinese zodiac and the elements I was already studying with my father, that was amazing. The story was just so inspiring. And I thought to myself, oh my God, that is so great that you can achieve these kind of results with feng shui. So I became more passionate. And because it was during that time that the internet was coming along, and we all started to have computers in our homes, and we started to get more and more connected to the information that was online, I started to look up information about feng shui. I couldn't find actually a lot in Romanian. But fortunately, I was already speaking a little bit of English, so I started to look up information in English. And I started to do a little bit of reverse engineering as I studied Chinese metaphysics in a very unusual way with the resources that I had at hand during that time. So I read everything I could. on Feng Shui because I didn't know at that time that there were different arts, different schools. I had no idea about BaZi or Qimendunjia or I Ching. However, I did started to hear about the 64 hexagrams, and I was fascinated, absolutely fascinated with the idea that you can tell a story based on 6 lines. Um, anyway, fast forward towards my early 20s. I actually started to get a little bit more professional about this. And in parallel with my studies or in parallel with my jobs, I started to take different professional classes of Chinese metaphysics with Romanian masters that were already schooled either in Asia, either so in parts of China, in parts of Malaysia, in Singapore. So basically everyone I could find and I could trust, I decided to take a class. For me, it was more important to learn than the quality of what I was learning because I didn't have a clear understanding of what is a good metaphysics, Chinese metaphysics class or academy. So I did a little bit of training first with my aunt. Fortunately, I have someone else in the family that knows Chinese metaphysics and practices it. She also lived in Asia for more than 20 years. And she was actually a role model for me and a true inspiration in order to have the motivation to continue this journey, to learn, to practice, and basically not give up on my passion and my dreams. So I think, if I remember correctly, my first professional class was with her. And the theme was fashion feng shui. And at that time, I was in my 20s. I just finished my bachelor's. I was looking for jobs. I was doing my master's degree. So it was a very tough time for me because I had a lot of interviews. I was looking for a full-time job, obviously, to be able to support myself. So I picked up all the information in that 2-day course and I started to test everything and apply it on a daily basis. I was so determined to test it and to really get a better sense, a better taste of how feng shui can actually change and improve my life. So with this course, I think it was maybe for the first time really that I was able to align my intentions with my actions. So I applied everything during my interviews for the next 6 months, and I was thriving really. I made good impressions everywhere I went. I landed offers on all my interviews. So I was getting an interview and I was easily reaching to the final step and got the offer. I remember it was a time that I had so many options to choose from. I was really, really able to put all of this in practice and really bring prosperity and good energy into my life. And I wasn't doing something really fancy. I was just applying basic feng shui principles. I started with the 5 elements, with how I was aligning my inner energy, my inner essence with my intentions. And it was just amazing for me. And once I got that, once I had so many successful experiments, I was sold. I was all in. And from that point onwards, it was just a matter of time until I got into more classes, more courses. I had different mentors, different masters, and even now I'm connected with different communities of practitioners of Chinese metaphysics, not only feng shui. But also, I have managed to deep dive into the art of Bazi and Qimendunjia. I think these are my favorite, but I'm also studying now the 64 hexagrams. I know a little bit more of each hexagram story. And I have to say, it's a fascinating science for me. And I see Chinese metaphysics as a science. I have a lot of respect for it because I feel that it's the work of people over thousands of years and it deserves our respect. So the energy and the way that I'm using this and the level of energy that I get when I use all of these principles and I apply them into my daily life is full of gratitude, actually. I really appreciate the fact that I was fortunate enough to have access to this kind of information, and I'm still fortunate to be part of many communities and to have amazing mentors behind me. So in Europe, I'm connected with a couple of communities here, with a couple of people from the International Feng Shui Guild. I'm also associated with the I Ching Research Association in Singapore. And this year, actually, I'm starting my own research on the BaZi family tree. I have discovered throughout the years that there are some patterns in family trees that you can see. And I think that there is a way to actually predict maybe a bit the future of a family based on everybody's birth date. So I'm really hoping to get this research out the door this year in 2025. I feel like it's my lucky year for that. So stay tuned for it. I'm going to communicate about it here. I'm going to publish it and make sure that it's easy to reach even for the European market. So this is part of my story, at least for the moment. I hope that you are inspired by it. I hope that you have a little bit of faith in me. And I hope that you get positive energy from me because my intention is to pass on this knowledge and to pass on, the most useful information in the most genuine and authentic way. And I hope that it serves you as much as it served me. Before I end this, I think it's important to maybe mention and give thanks to the most important people that guided me and inspired me throughout my journey until now. So I'll start with my father, of course, because he was the one that put the Chinese zodiac in my hands for the first time. My mother also for being open and being supportive about my passion. My aunt, Carmen, she has been there guiding me, and giving me my spark and supporting my passion throughout the years in many different ways. I would like to also thank the School of Lillian too. That's one of the first schools that I started with. And not only that, but also the Joe Yap Academy. They were such an inspiration when I found them, I think around 2018. It was a really big shift for me. And then all the people from the I Ching Research Association, so many people I would have to mention that always make me feel welcome when I go to Singapore at conferences. And I'm really appreciating them for giving me the space and the support I needed in order to bring to life some of my workshops. Um, Last but maybe not least are a couple of my mentors. I would say that the very special thing happened last year in 2024 when I finally got my Chinese name, and I have to thank my mentor, Master Tai Wong in Singapore, for my Chinese name. I'm really grateful for that. And also, one of my mentors that I don't know, somehow we managed to find each other this year in 2025, which is Catalin. So I'm really grateful for all of these people that guided my way, supported my energy and passion for Chinese metaphysics, and I'm sure that this is only the beginning. So I hope you stay here along with me throughout my journey, and you manage to get at least the basics. And of course, feel free to join my workshops. It's an amazing journey. It's just starting, I would say, in the online space. But I'm really happy to have finally decided to bring all of this amazing work to the world. So thank you. Make sure to share, like, subscribe, of course, and stay tuned for my future videos and future content. Thanks.